Good morning, ladies. Our distinguished justices, members and officers of the Philippine Women Judges Association, our foreign delegates, ladies. To our lady justices and judges of the Philippine Women's Judges Association, I am very happy to have you in Malacañang again. Remember, Minita and Tess, we had a nice time last year. And so I hope we have a nice time again this year. And this time to our foreign guests who are attending this year's Women Judges Asia Pacific Regional Conference, welcome to the Philippines. What a fitting time for your conference. 4 days from today, the world will celebrate International Women's Day. But here in the Philippines, we celebrate the whole month of March as Women's Month. So this is part of our celebration. The timing of your conference and your choice of theme, Women Judges Upholding Human and Family Rights, gives the Philippines an opportunity to highlight the gains we have attained in dispensing justice and upholding the rule of law, especially where these apply to human rights and women empowerment. Human rights conditions in any state is always a work in progress. In this regard, the Philippines has for many years faced many challenges that impinge on human rights. On the other hand, we are also pleased by the recognition given to our government on its human rights gains, specifically the huge drop in the number of cases of unexplained killings in the last 2 years as a result of many deterrents that the Philippine government has instituted. Recognition of the continuing human rights education and information campaigns in the police and military organizations, usually in partnership with the Independent Commission on Human Rights. Identification of non-state actors, such as the Communist Party of the Philippines, New People's Army, lawless groups within the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, the Abu Sayyaf Group, as among the major perpetrators of human rights violations in the Philippines. Improvement in jails and detention centers managed by the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology as a result of decongestion efforts. Recognition of freedom of speech and of the press, internet freedom and academic freedom, freedom of assembly and association, freedom of movement, and protection of internally displaced persons, refugees, and stateless persons, electoral rights of citizens, protection and respect for women's rights, and the work of international non-government organizations investigating violations of human rights. I ask the support of the Women Judges Association to make it our joint advocacy so that human rights cases can move faster in the courts because the world is waiting for more convictions. In the area of women's rights, we have made great strides in terms of gender parity. Our country is among the top 6 in the world. We're only behind New Zealand and the 4 Scandinavian countries. Then it's us. So we're the top rated in Asia. We are number 1 in the world in gender equality in terms of literacy rate. And together with some other countries, we share number 1 spot with some other countries for female enrollment in primary, secondary, and tertiary education. We achieved all of this because of the work of women's groups. And women's groups include PWJA. And we thank the Philippine women judges for your work for promoting women's rights. Less technically speaking, very much an issue of human rights is alleviating poverty, which is our number one issue. The entire purpose of our administration is to lift up the poor, provide opportunity in good times, and protect the most vulnerable in bad times. Central to taking care of our poor in good times and bad has been the choices we made several years ago to bring our fiscal house in order and raise revenue to invest in our people. That has been a godsend, and I thank the Supreme Court for sustaining the choices when they were challenged in the Supreme Court a few years ago. Thank you to our justices. Now, in the midst of the global economic crisis, our fiscal stimulus program, which will fast-track government spending in such areas as infrastructure development and agribusiness development, is also designed to create many new employment opportunities for those who have been negatively impacted by the global economic crisis. At the same time, we are also increasing our investment in social services so that we can expand the safety net that is important to the poorest members of our society. The global economic crisis was triggered by weaknesses in global economic governance, excessive financial regulation, and other systemic weaknesses. Dramatic changes must be made in certain areas of the global economy. Regulation and accountability must be completely overhauled. In fact, the irony is that this is the message of developing countries who are calling for greater transparency for developed economies in North America and Europe. One of the reasons why the Philippines, a developing economy, has weathered the world crisis so far is that our financial regulations are conservative and our courts are very strict with regard to financial irresponsibility. So congratulations to all our judges. We will push onward to further human rights, women's rights, and alleviating poverty. We will fix our sights on a vision of reaching the verge of first world in 20 years, when hopefully by then, poverty shall have been marginalized, the marginalized raised to a robust middle class, and we will have achieved the hallmarks of a modern society where institutions are strong, including the institutions of justice. As we strive towards that vision, I would like to congratulate and thank the Philippine Women Judges Association for doing so much work to strengthen our institutions of justice. So to Justice Nazario, Justice De Castro, and all our justices and judges, thank you so much and congratulations. And to all our foreign delegates, welcome once again. Thank you. Thank you.